Hey, welcome back to the channel. So we've reached the point I think a lot of people have been waiting for, the match of the warm-ups, and it's South Africa versus New Zealand at Twickenham. So I think everyone has been looking forward to this match. It's been on the calendar of a lot of people, myself included, for a long time, and it's a chance for us to put behind us the turmoil of the last couple of weeks and actually focus on a good bit of rugby, and it offers a little sneak peek into what the World Cup could offer. The icing on the cake is that Twickenham is sold out. It's going to be 80,000 there to cheer on both of these teams. So I think it could be a really good watershed moment in terms of the build-up for the World Cup. So let's get into the teams and the need for speed. Both of these teams are chock full of pace, and as we all know, there's no substitute for that. So let's have a look at the teams. So I'm going to start at the back and go through the back line first, which is I think where the idea of pace really comes into the equation. So at 15 you have Beauden Barrett for New Zealand, and you have Willemse for South Africa. Beauden Barrett obviously is lightning quick, and Willemse is no slouch himself, but Willemse I think has a lot to prove. He's a great utility back, but going up against Barrett, how is his positioning going to be? How is he going to receive the balls from the high kicks? And I'm sure there'll be a lot of high kicks. So a lot of pace, interesting matchup. Next we have Will Jordan on the wing at 14 against Arendse, the youngster who's just come through the ranks so quickly for the South Africans. Both great players. Who's going to shine the most, I think, is the question. Both of them had fantastic warm-up series, so let's see how it goes. Then at 11 we have Talia and Mpimpi. Mpimpi has lost a yard of pace, but he's still a fantastic finisher and pace to burn, really. He lost a yard. It's a yard more than I ever had. And Talia, I think, has really played himself into this New Zealand team. So he could be looking to get a starting berth. So he's a lot of proof. He's great with the ball in hand. So let's see how it goes. Then we move into the centres. Now this is a really tasty matchup, I think. For South Africa, you have Moody and Esterhuizen. So Moody is a winger, a lightning quick winger who's moved into outside centre. And then Esterhuizen is just like a traditional number 12. They are up against Rico Ioane. Again, is a wing that's moving into the centre, outside centre. And then Jordie Barrett, who's a fullback who's moved into the inside centre role. So they've all got incredible pace. I think the difference maker could be Esterhuizen because he's so powerful. He's a fantastic player, and I think he's had a really good warm-up series. If he can get those offloads pumping, I think that will be really elevate his game to the next level. And because he's so powerful and so direct, maybe against those outside backs, back three that he's playing against, maybe he could gain a little bit of an advantage, but it's going to be lightning. Any counter-attack, both teams are going to have to be 100% switched on, because they could get burned very, very quickly and very, very easily. At 9 and 10, we have Aaron Smith and Mwanga, and Faf and Libok for the South Africans. So a pretty even matchup. I think Faf and Aaron Smith. Aaron Smith obviously is a legend of the game, and Faf is fast becoming so. He has a lot of experience. Libok is very good running with the ball, but so is Mwanga, fair play. Mwanga's kicks have been a lot better than Libok's, but he's still a very good number 10 with ball in hand. So there's no pace as well lacking, but all of them, they can make a break. And that's going to be a fantastic matchup. So nice to see this level of competition in the warm-up matches. Then we move into the back rows. So for New Zealand, you have Sam Cane, captain, Ardie, Superman Surveyor at 8, and Luke Jacobson coming in to replace the injured player at 6. Frizzell. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how he goes. But who's he up against? He's up against Khaleesi and Vermeulen and Steph Toy. Oh, that is a hefty looking back row. So Luke Jacobson, he's still a young player. He seems to be around for a while, and he's been around the New Zealand setup for a while. But I think this is a great opportunity for him to prove himself. As for Khaleesi, he's playing himself back into match fitness. I think Steph Toy and Kane will go at it a couple of times, and Vermeulen and Surveyor too. I'm really looking forward to the back row matchup. In the second rows, we have Scott Barrett and Whitelock, who played so well together recently. Vitalik is still carrying a knock, so he's not available for this match, I think. And then you have Eben, the Incredible Hulk, is back in the team. He's had a nice little rest, so I'm sure he'll be raring to go. And then Moster, who I like, but hasn't really produced the performances I expected of him. Maybe in the second row he can do a little bit better. But again, like a very close, it's going to be a very physical game up front. And those guys in the boiler house are going to be playing a large part in it. And finally, we have the front rows. We have Lomax, Coles and De Groot for New Zealand. Lomax and De Groot seem to have been a mainstay of the New Zealand side since last year, and you do worry a little bit about the strength and depth in those positions. There's a young star on the bench, which I think they really eager to bring through quickly. Coles is full of experience, and actually New Zealand have they have 3 good hookers, so don't think they'll be too worried about the scrum, but the first couple are going to be a little bit tricky. And they're going up against Malherbe, Marks and Kitsoff. Again, mainstays. Nice to see Marks getting starts to prove himself before the World Cup. I wonder if he'll be the starter for them. I think a lot of people hope so, because he's such a demon at the breakdown area. But yeah, going to be interesting to see how the scrum goes. I foresee it going pretty evenly, but you never know. Let's wait and see. On to the replacements. So both teams have gone with the 6-2 split. For New Zealand, you have Takeako, Tamati Williams, who's the youngster prop I talked about, and Fletcher Newell. Fletcher is a reasonably young player, but he is a little bit more experienced. So against Bongi, Ox, and Ankaye. Yeah, I mean, 2 strong front rows. I think if New Zealand are forced to replace one of their front rows early, might cause a few issues, but let's wait and see. Then we have 3 forward replacements for New Zealand. We have Lord, Tupovai and Papali'i covering the lock and back row positions. So again, Lord is relatively young. I mean, he's a young lad. He's a big lad, but he's a young lad. And he's going up against Klein, who again is a youngster, played for Ireland. Snyman, who had a great game his last outing. And Van Staden in the back row. Van Staden is a very versatile player. He's a great player to have on the bench. So yeah, this is pretty evenly matched, I think. Where I do think it's very interesting is the 9. So the back replacements, we have Roiga, who's like super inexperienced, but very explosive season he's had. And he's made a lot of people stand up and notice him. And then I think Reinach is one, if not the best, this is just my opinion, if not the best scrum half for South Africa. So I really hope he gets on and gets a good few minutes to prove what he can do. And then LaRue, the Renaissance man, what do you call it, the everyman, whatever it is. He can cover every position, do everything, play, catch, pass, kick, run. Played in every position I think is possible to play in the back line. And and then Leonard Brown who's coming back. He's had a few injuries throughout his career, but he's a reliable guy, and I thought he played very well when he came on. Very reliable in the centres, and maybe that is going to be. He's not a difference maker, but he'll 100% secure the ship if need be. So what a matchup! I'm really excited, and it's a Friday night kickoff, which for me, I live overseas, so that means I can watch it at in the morning on Saturday. So it's going to be a great match. I think both teams have picked, like, if not the 100% first 15, or you know whatever it is, their first team, then almost close, like that shades of grey close. So yeah, I think they're going to go at it, because both teams want to go into this World Cup with momentum. And in particular, New Zealand, who have the host nation in their first match, who's France, who are also one of the favourites. So if New Zealand can keep the momentum that they've achieved, it's going to, like, France are going to do well to stop them. South Africa have such strength and depth, and they've really proved that with the players they've brought through. But they need a big win, I think, just to solidify that self-belief and confidence. So it's everything to play for, and I for one cannot wait to watch the match. So yeah, if you've made it this far, thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, comment especially, and I will see you for the next one. All right, bye-bye.